What's up everybody, Arrg the Pirate here, and today I'm going to be playing a little mid lane Gideon. As always, let's go over the deck first. For my gems, I have Auto Health Potion, Quick Exit, Auto Mana Potion, Experienced, Spell Burn, and lastly, Overpowered Spells. As for the cards, I have Rejuvenation, Advanced Evolution, Cool the Weak, Font of Experience, Mana Flow Acolyte, Invader Mage, Thermalturgy, Atomic Soldier, Cryo Agent, which I don't really use, Shadow Dancer, Corrosive Walker, and Plague Lord, which I really don't use that Plague Lord with Gideon, but this is kind of just my Burst Caster deck in general. Now, like so many of y'all, Gideon was my first real hero that I played, but once I kind of started getting into more advanced playing and, you know, really trying to build for team comp and team plays, I slowly drifted away from Gideon. Not because Gideon wasn't strong, you know, his ultimate used to be amazing, but I've kind of felt his ultimate is just an absolute death wish, and in version 42, that's just even more so. Almost every time I use my ultimate in a team fight, I die. You know, we might get 2 or 3 kills, but I'm dead, which, you know, I don't really know how I feel about that. The devs have always said, hey, you're not meant to do a full Gideon ultimate. You are meant to be stopped during your ultimate, but I didn't think dying was how to stop you. I've always thought, you know, stunning you out of it, or, you know, hey, if you go ult a fed carry, yeah, he's gonna just absolutely melt you. But, you know, now it's just, it doesn't matter. At any point of the match, when you use your ultimate on 1 or 2 heroes, you're dead. And I gotta say, I just don't really enjoy that. Now, I am in mid lane against a Belica, which Belica is one tough hero to deal with as a burst caster. You know, her stun paired with that bomb, paired with her ultimate, you're gone. You know, she can almost just one-shot you with that super fast rotation. And yeah, you're completely helpless. So you really have to avoid her. You've really got to stay topped up on mana, try not to use really any mana at all, and, you know, just be very concerned about where Belica is and everything like that. Now, Gideon did receive a buff not that long in version 42.3. He did receive just an all-around damage buff. That's his rock, his ultimate, and his burden. But, you know, I really didn't think he needed a damage increase. I just think he needs something to keep him alive for more than half a second during his ultimate. There are a handful of heroes out there that, you know, you have to actually wait for the right time to use your ultimate. For example, a Countess going against a Belica. If you run up and try to ult her right off the bat, she's going to knock you up. So you need to wait till her knockup is on cooldown. These are simple things that you can learn. But with Gideon, it's almost every hero has a counter to him. You know, Grux can run out, or Greystone, or whoever else can run out. A handful of heroes have stuns. A handful of heroes can put their ultimate on top of your ultimate. For example, Gadget throws her ultimate, which I believe she does in this match. She throws her ultimate when I'm ulting, so yeah, sure, I might be able to get that kill on her, or my team might be able to get that kill on her, but I'm going to die, because the only way to get out of her ult is to stop mine. So, I just kind of feel that he needs something to keep him alive during these times, or, you know, maybe they can just change his ultimate where it instantly pulls people under him. You know, it's more like a smash and grab from Grux, except it's a big circle. It pulls everybody to him, and that's your ultimate. Boom, you hit him with a rock. Everybody's grouped up. Something along those lines. But I just feel the way Black Hole works right now is it's it definitely is just a death wish. And I do get a couple of great team ults during this fight, but every single one of them I die during. And it just does not feel good. When you remove a burst caster for doing something good, you're being punished for using your kit properly, and it just feels very bad. Now I skip ahead a few minutes, and this is really our first kind of engagement. I did get ganked by their Fang and Bellica under tower, but like, I got deleted. There was nothing I could do about it with the stuns and everything like that, and it was a very quick death on my part. No big deal. I do try to get my ultimate off, and I'm a little bit too high. It is very easy to be too high in this mid lane just because it goes down and dips at this river. And we do have Zinx here, which I was thinking maybe she could stun them and they'd get pulled in, but it didn't quite happen the way I wanted to. Now I'm going to rush up and actually secure that Murdoch kill. I am very low on mana, which I am kind of concerned about Bellica showing up and just absolutely deleting me. I kind of head around to help out Zinx, make sure she gets out. I'm able to kind of take aggro away from her with this Grux. I hit her with my slow, and we're able to, both get out. Now, I'm going to back. There's nothing I can do at this point, and we just kind of need to retreat, reset, and head back into lane. Now, after I head back to lane, I'm kind of cleaning up, but there is an engagement going on right behind me, so I'm going to cut through the jungle and try to head off this gadget. Hopefully we can get the kill on her, and sure enough, we're able to get that, no problem. We get a substantial amount of damage on Murdoch, but I'm getting hurt pretty bad. Fortunately, I do have my advanced evolution now. I don't know if there's a bug going on with PlayStation or not, but sometimes whenever I put a card on, as soon as I leave the base, my card gets unequipped. And you can see there, my Invader Mage is gone, which it should be on there. It's unfortunate, and I should probably do a better job of checking and making sure that way I can go back to base and actually equip it. But it is super annoying, and it happens all the time. I'm very fast whenever I put my cards on and leave base because I want to get back to lane. And, just having to check and then, hey, it didn't equip, walk back to base, put it back on, is such a pain. But I ended up going down there. I missed that rock on Murdoch, which, hey, that was my fault. It probably wouldn't have killed him anyway without Invader Mage. And Grux was able to pull me and make very short work of me. So, I'm 1-2-1. We're not off to the best start, but we're not having just a horrible, start. So, hopefully we can turn this around. Now, we've got a lot of crazy movement with our team. We have a safe lane Wukong that's been pushing off lane. We've got a Zinx that's spending most of her time in mid lane. We've really everybody's been rotating nonstop, and that's why I'm here in the safe lane pushing it. Now, I do go ahead and secure this, kind of set this lane, and I'm going to head back to mid, but Grux shows up. Now, I know I should be able to take him, and I'm just going to go try to fight this out. Narbash is not too far away, so if he had to, he could head to me, but I've also got my escape, and my escape is on about the same cooldown as his rush, so I should be able to safely get out, but I was able to make very short work of him. Now, Bellica is in mid, and she was able to back. I misjudged where my rock was going to be since she disappeared through that fog wall when we lost sight on her. But hey, no problem. I'm able to get a little bit of poke on her, and, we're kind of just all around. Like I said, we've got 3 people in mid lane at, 14 minutes in, and then we've got, a fight going down in the jungle, so I'm going to head over to the jungle and try to help them out. And then we get a little team collapse right here, so we actually pick a fight, which I was going to go back since I'm just completely out of mana. But fortunately, I was able to stay in. We are able to secure this Fang, and Bellica, she's going to get out here. Now, I could chase her and basic attack her for long enough until she gets her ultimate, but, really, if she got her ultimate and hit me right now, I'd probably be dead. so it's better just let her run. Now, I did stay in on that Grux just to try to do a little damage. You know, without having any mana, I offer very, very little, but I wanted to make sure Narbash was able to get out and keep that Grux off of him. Fortunately, that little bit of poke that I was doing scared him enough to make him back off. That or something else, but we were able to back him off, and I head back to base, and I'm able to put on my Atomic Soldier. From here, I go ahead and head into that safe lane again. I want to clean it up. It's pushing against us. Grux was able to down that tower earlier, so, you know, we need to be aware of that. And he's done a great job of just pushing lane. He has not had just a whole lot of lane presence other than, you know, being a lane pusher. But he's done a great job. And with our Wukong kind of running around and Zinx kind of running around, we need to, you know, as a burst caster, I need to play defensively instead of relying on Narbash to play a little defensively. Now, I do get some decent poke right here, and I'm going to go ahead and just ult. I'm thinking me and Narbash, we ult together, we'll be able to take all these people out. Unfortunately, he didn't go in, but we do wrap up this Belica kill, and I'm going to go ahead and back up. You know, we could have chased that kill a little bit, but really, I don't want to put myself out. We don't have any vision on any heroes, and our lanes are being pushed. I don't want to risk dying for, you know, a maybe kill. A few minutes later, I go ahead and head into our off lane. Our gadget, or their gadget's pushed up just entirely too far. Now, I'm going to use my ult not only to get these minions off the core, but to, you know, keep her under tower, and hopefully maybe she'll hit me and the tower will kill her, you know, whatever. I just want to keep this safe, and I knew she was out of mana, so I was not worried about her countering my ult with her ult. So, you know, that was a safe play. Unfortunately, you know, I did use my ult for that, but it did keep that inhib alive. Now, once again, we're going to head into this off lane. Zinx is being chased pretty hard. I'm going to go ahead and throw my ult up, thinking, hey, we'll keep her alive, and you see her, I'm ulted. I do end up getting a kill on Belica, but, you know, it's just that. It's the sacrificial ult. You know, I would have liked to got a little bit more done there, but unfortunately, you know, we do get 2 kills, but yeah, I run in, use my ult, die. That just feels bad, and I don't know if that's supposed to be expected, but in my mind, I don't want to play a hero that's got a sacrificial ultimate unless I 100% know I can get a kill, and Gideon's ultimate doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get kills, so I don't know, I kind of feel he's missing one whole ability in his kit. Now, after I spawn back in, I head to safe lane. Fortunately for me, Wukong finally did show up. He's able to maintain that lane, and I'm going to head back to mid because there's a team collapse. Now, Belica was invis, and she's able to stun me and, you know, get some significant damage on me, but I'm going to go ahead and throw my ult up. Narbash is here. With mine and his ult combined, we're able to take out their carry and their, I guess, support gadget. I've seen a lot of that lately, and I don't know if that's a thing now, but there have been a lot of people playing support gadgets, so, and hey, she's doing a great job. She's killed me every time I've ulted, so, but yeah, once again, the sacrificial ultimate, we do get a couple of kills, which is fine, but, you know, I've always kind of been against trading kills, and I think if I would have just gone in there, threw a couple of rocks, we could have ended up getting 1 or 2 of those kills without me dying. So I almost want to cut the ultimate button off, or just not even upgrade it. Which I've kind of felt this way about Gideon since version 40. When they changed his ultimate to where it was a very, very strong pull, that kind of changed the way you dealt with Gideon. Before, when Gideon used his ultimate, you would turn and run. Now you cannot run out of his ultimate unless you actually have an ability like a dash or a jump or something along those lines. So the only way to deal with Gideon is to kill him, or stun him and then kill him. That is the only way to deal with a Gideon ult. So with this increase in the pull and, you know, basically you cannot escape this ultimate. With that increase, we turned the Gideon ult into the, hey, you better kill him or you're going to die ultimate. And since Gideon is so weak, he dies a lot more than actually lives. Now that was a great gank by their Fang and their Grux. I was definitely caught out of position, and without having that vision, I had no idea Grux was in Viz. So, you know, great gank on their part. They end up actually taking our Zinks down as well. And, you know, we're really starting to struggle. You know, one of the biggest issues that we had just throughout this entire match is no one was playing a certain position. Our Zinks was constantly rotating. Our Wukong was constantly rotating. We've had very little solid lane pushing and more like, hey, clear this wave and then rotate. And, you know, that's really one of those things that you can't do that. You're never going to be successful by doing that. You have to set lanes, not just clear the first wave that you see. Now, once I spawn back in, this is really kind of the end. We've got enough time to make one more play. They end up securing Prime, so really the only option we have right now is to make some sort of play, and with them having Prime, it's going to be very difficult, but, you know, this is the only option we have. We can go down fighting, or we can go down defending, but either way, we have to make something happen, and the only way to do that is to actually pick a fight. So I'm going to go ahead, you know, kind of defend that lane. I'm not going to push it. You know, we've got a stack here in mid lane as well, and with just Narbash handling this lane, you know, our lane push skills together aren't all that great, and these lanes are really just stacking up. Hopefully one of our other heroes will head over so we can kind of secure these, and sure enough, someone does. So I'm going to just go ahead and try to push mid lane, get it set so maybe we can make a play somewhere else, and then they grab Prime. And of course, you know, we all knew that was about to happen, but we end up making our kind of final stand here. At this point, that's really the only option you have. You can try to make a play or you can defend, but by defending, you're never going to, you know, really be successful. Now, you see here, I use my ultimate. Grux dashes right out. Fang could have dashed right out, but he's fed to the point where my ultimate, it does nothing to him. And, you know, my ultimate's really meant for the team. It's not meant to do damage. And, you know, we go to engage. I could have got out there, but that was our time. We could, if we actually got a couple of kills, we could have turned that around, but, you know, without actually getting any kills and our team pretty much wiping, you know, it's game over. Well, I gotta say, I'm just not impressed with Gideon. You know, the buff still, even though it increased his damage was not the problem. His making himself the target is the problem, and I hope they fix that. And, you know, I'm really gonna just stay away from Gideon until they do, I think. Well, thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed, show me some love. Leave me a comment. Think about subscribing. And as always, I'll see y'all in the next video.